get your popcorn. The sociopaths are bickering online. It is delicious. Elon Musk, feelings hurt, kicked out of the MAGA administration, just can't take it anymore. He's beside himself. He cares so much about the country. Put up his tweet. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. And then he responds to his tweet with a retweet. It will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. It's just so rich that he's acting like he cares about American citizens. It's just all of these people in the MAGA bro bottom feeder sphere united for power and to be cruel. And he got edged out.
Right.
Trump said they leaked it. Was it all bullshit? That was leaked on purpose to Elon. Elon has this massive megaphone, Twitter. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this jockeying goes. And as of like the last day or two, Trump hasn't been seen in public. Now, by the time we record this and our editors make a thumbnail and it goes up in an hour, you know, he's an Energizer bunny. He's probably going to pop up with really unblended makeup and look like a nut in the Oval having a show and tell. But it is interesting because he's on camera 24/7.
Right. But we do know he's alive because he posted on Truth Social, Lie Social at 2:37 a.m. like a normal person does.
Right. But one of his aides could have done that.
Yeah, but it was fucking crazy.
She?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably him. But here's the thing about Elon. I love the catfighting between the two because there was no way this was sustainable. But what bothers me about this is he's mad about the debt and he's not mad about all the poor people that are going to lose benefits and health insurance because he fundamentally has shown he does not give a shit about anybody but the oligarchy.
I think it's also he knows that Trump is aligning with other tech bros and he is insanely jealous of that alliance, whether it's Sam Altman or Peter Thiel. They seem to be currying more favor and Elon has been kicked to the side. And I mean, we just cannot say this enough. Elon Musk showed up in the Oval a wreck. I mean, he's tripping his balls off. He's got a black eye. He's dressed like shit, you know, and then he's not the one that's in a war like Zelensky was when they browbeat him. And so the hypocrisy is always on full display with these assholes. But Mark Caputo put out a tweet that explains 4 reasons why Elon is flipping on Trump. Put this up. Musk's decision to trash Trump's legacy legislation came after failing to win favorable treatment in 4 instances. Number 1, EV tax credit for Tesla. Number 2, extended White House employment status, aka Doge. Number 3, Starlink at FAA. Number 4, an ally leading NASA. None of it happened. None of it. And they kicked him to the curb and gave him a participation trophy. And it was so devastating for him. He had to take extra ketamine, I would say with a side of ecstasy or something, with the way his eyes were rolling, to even face the cameras to go in there and do it.
Well, he bought and paid for Trump. And what people forget about Trump is he turns on you. Once he has what he wants, he will turn on you every single time. And Elon, you know, he didn't get everything he wanted. He only got massive number of investigation dismissed and millions of dollars of fines erased, but that wasn't enough for him. He always wants more.
Well, but also he completely damaged his brand.
Absolutely.
He is hated by both MAGA and by the left now. And in Europe, the boycotts of Elon Musk and his companies are, I mean, it's a complete blackout. I mean, they have clarity on it, where a bunch of Americans still monkey around with this stuff because they worship rich people. But Axios reports, put this up, Elon was butthurt. Axios reports on real reason Musk attacked Trump's bill. And I think this goes to the core of it. He doesn't really care about debt. Doge was fluffery to say, we care about the debt, because for years and years and years, the Republicans have run on being fiscally conservative. Meanwhile, while they lie to the American public, they are the party who always adds the most debt that they don't pay for. They propose all of these tax cuts. They don't pay for it. That's Trump 1.0. All of these wars that are not paid for. That's George W. Bush. He went to war and decreased taxes, George W. Bush. First time in American history that ever happened. Deficit bubbles up. So, but they still based this Doge lie on the propaganda that has been propagandized through Fox News over and over and over to the country club Republicans and the Rube base of MAGA, that we abhor debt. So Elon Musk, this smart, I put that in quotations, listener, rich guy, is going to come in with zero experience and trim the budget. He never cared about that. It's what Pump said. He wanted to shut down investigations into himself. It was a self-preservation exercise to the detriment of people dying and losing their jobs. And then now we have Bannon, who's turning on Musk. Play the clip.
There are no Doge cuts. Let me repeat this. And this is not USAID. Those were programmatic things. I'm talking about waste fraud. Where's the fraud in Medicaid? Which is where is it? They haven't showed up with any. Has anybody been turned over to DOJ for fraud? The problem with Musk, and I said this from the beginning, he gave false hope to this political class who doesn't want to cut anything. The reason, if the big, beautiful bill's got all these problems and it has some issues, he drove it because he promised.
Okay, stop. Okay, I just want to say for the listener, if you're not watching on YouTube, behind him is like this a flea market display of like Jesus and inspirational quotes and a bunch of it. And I just want to say, first of all, that's a red flag. But sometimes people within MAGA say things that make sense. Steve Bannon is an evil political strategist, but he's not a dumbass. And he knows if they cut Medicare and Medicaid, that they are going to lose a huge portion of their base that doesn't understand. They literally don't know that Medicare and Medicaid are government funded.
Right.
They don't understand that. And so Bannon goes, but then in a turn of events, so you've got Bannon flipping on Musk, and now we have Marjorie Taylor Greene flipping on Trump. And she says, full transparency, I did not know about this section on pages 278, 279 of the OBBB that strips states of the right to make laws or regulate AI for 10 years. I am adamantly opposed to this, and it is a violation of state rights, and I would have voted no had I known this was in there. We have no idea what AI will be capable of in the next 10 years, and giving it free rein and tying states' hands is potentially dangerous. This needs to be stripped out in the Senate. When the OBBB comes back to the House for approval after Senate changes, I will not vote for it with this in it. Well, a couple of things, Marjorie. Number one, it's your job to know what's in the bill. Number two, what you're finding out is Trump is beholden to the tech bros. That is who owns him, bought him, and who he is doing a lot of these policies for. That's why you had all of the tech bros pay money for the inauguration and go sit front row. They were all lined up playing duck, duck, goose at the inauguration because they knew that they could get a 10-year jump on this AI thing. And it gets even more nefarious, and we're going to cover this in a later episode, but I just want to point out the civil war is starting. You've got Bannon attacking Musk. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene attacking Trump's bill. You have Musk attacking Trump on Twitter. We're here. We're going to cover it all. But the Democrats, this is not a time. This is where the Democrats typically go, oh, hands off. We're going to let them cannibalize each other. This is where you put your foot on the accelerator and just go. You jump in that ship, point out the hypocrisy, point out the exposure, point out that they can't govern, walk and chew gum at the same time.
Well, let's see if they do that. But again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is from a rural district, and she's mad about AI. She's not mad about her constituents that are going to lose their health care, lose food programs. I mean, these people like you have said from jump, care about nothing but profits. People are interchangeable, they're disposable. It is profits that they cater to.
Okay. And then lastly, I want to put this up because I think this is really interesting. The Washington Post, and I guess Jeff Bezos allowed for this headline to go out from the editorial page. And the headline is, "We are witnessing the suicide of a superpower." And that really is true. It's such a simple headline, but we are witnessing the United States of America commit suicide. We have idiots, literal idiots in charge of the federal government. The FEMA director had no idea that there was a hurricane season. The Secretary of Defense had no idea that you can't text war chats to your wife and your buddy lawyer. So you have these idiots running the federal government in an effort to commit suicide for our country being a superpower. Trump doesn't know from one day or another if he supports Russia or if he supports Ukraine. He is an international disaster and a domestic wrecker of everything, every pillar of stability that the United States government had. He is draining it. He is draining all of it from the government.
The only thing Trump wants is he wants people to come and beg him. He wants people to buy him. And we saw yesterday at the White House, the press secretary, the lying liar who lies a lot, Caroline Leavitt, was talking about, someone asked, "Are you concerned that there's no stability and the markets need stability?" And she's like, "I know they want to come and meet with Trump." What he doesn't care about the American brand. He doesn't care about economic downturn or the lack of growth. He cares about people coming and kissing the ring because he only looks out for number one. And Elon Musk is starting to learn that.
If the markets want stability, there is a very simple way that the markets can get stability. And that would be for all of the CEOs of all of these Fortune 500 companies to go meet with Republican politicians and say, "You are not being a guardrail. You are in a cult. You are co-signing on the destruction of American economic dominance. Your brand and everything about it. We will have no stock market. We won't have anything if we continue down this path, but they're too weak and too short-sighted." And we did an episode where we showed that the companies, big Fortune 500 companies that did not erase their DEI or actually have a higher brand reputation than those that did. So these short-sighted CEOs that are playing patty cake with Trump are going to find out, and they're going to find out the hard way, that for economic stability insinuates length of time. Stability means over a long period of time. But sadly, so many American capitalists are impulsive. So many American voters are impulsive, and they voted for the most impulsive titty baby on the planet. So it's going to take more than just Congress. It's going to take more than the judiciary. It's going to take more than the public. Nobody has benefited from these lopsided American policies as much as the Fortune 500 shareholders. They have benefited massively, even getting subsidized for not paying their employees a livable wage by the American taxpayer. And then they blame the people who work for pennies for being lazy and that's their problem. So they have benefited, and it's time for them to atone. And it's time for them to apply pressure to this corrupt administration. All right, that's all we have for right now. Please click the link in bio and order our book, and we will see you all later.